From Standing Rock, North Dakota to Flint, Michigan, two veterans will take their North Dakota Access Pipeline protest experience and apply it to the water crisis, where high lead content and a crumbling infrastructure created serious health concerns for residents in Flint. Want to bring in retired Army Private First Class Arthur Woodson and Marine Corps veteran George F. Grundy II, who is also Director of Veterans of Now. Gentlemen, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your wonderful service to our great country. Private First Class Woodson, let me kick it off with you. As a veteran, why was it so important for you to protest in North Dakota?
I saw that the resemblance of both Flint, Michigan and North Dakota had the same problem or issue where they didn't want pipes put in on their land, but the residents and the citizens of Flint wanted pipes put in, and they won't even put any infrastructure in there. We only have 499 pipes put in so far out of a year, where they are not calling the situation in Flint a project instead of emergency. And I felt that when the veterans called for other veterans to come and, be a buffer between the law enforcement and the people, I felt that it was my duty to go and put myself in between and let everyone know that abuse of power isn't necessary, and we can do this peacefully and come to a conclusion of where the people's voices could be heard.
Yeah, Corporal Grundy, I want to find out really what you're looking to achieve here mostly, but Dagan, you've been studying this issue all weekend. Talk to us about really what happened in Flint, Michigan.
The crisis has been going on for almost 3 years, and the people of Flint were essentially lied to when it was very apparent that there was lead in the water in individual homes, that the government and the city and the state management has failed these people over and over and over again.
Big time.
And kudos to these two gentlemen, these two men who have served this country. But again, do you really believe at how poorly this has been handled that you two guys can make a difference at this point?
Most definitely. You have to start somewhere. And we've had a while to live in this situation. So it's not just a Flint issue. It's an issue for our country. If we allow injustice, if we allow people to be abused and mistreated anywhere in this country, then shame on us as people, as a country united. So anywhere where I have the opportunity to stand in between what's right and what people's constitutional rights are, I will do that. It just so happens that I live in a place where we need help also. We need others to come and help us with our issues too, because there's a lot of confusion and misdirection and a lot of inaction that's happening right now. So we just need help with that. But first, in order to get help, you have to show that you are willing to help others.
Mr. Woodson, Harlan Hill here. My question is, what are you looking to get out of Flint at this point? I mean, it's clear that there's been incredible injustice, and the local government there and the state government there has not been responsive, and it's really turned their back on the people of Flint. But what are you looking to do on the ground to actually make a difference there? Is it to continue to provide that buffer between protesters and law enforcement, or is it something more?
It's to bring. I'm so happy that you all invited us to come on your network to let the nation know that there's nothing being done. Just in January of this year, a 3-year-old had been tested for lead, and no one did a follow-up. So it's a lot of kids in Flint that has not been seen. Like I said, they call it a project now. So we need to bring the media back into Flint and let them see that they still pushing carts. People are getting shut-off notice for not paying for poison water, and we need to set the narrative to where it's the people that are being seen instead of elected officials who keep on saying that things are being done when it's not.
George, my question to you is there a specific agency that you guys should be talking to and trying to focus on, whether it's the EPA, or is there a certain avenue or outlet, whether you're going through the governors, that you guys think you can affect the most change?
At this point, it's difficult to say because, I've been in meetings with mostly all of them, but there's been no major change. There's been no nothing to like a fire under the concept of getting this stuff done. So
Why not?
who do we
Are
talk
they
to?
just
I'm not
pointing
sure.
fingers? Are they
Why
just
not?
pointing fingers at each other and just trying to deflect blame? Is nobody going to be held accountable?
Exactly.
The thing here, you know, and like I said, I don't play sides. I'm here for the people. You had the election year going, and our mayor, she backed Hillary Clinton. She endorsed Hillary Clinton. So they had to have an issue. So why fix the problem while it's election season? You wouldn't have a talking point. So that in turn turned it into a political football to where the Republicans was against the Democrats not wanting to fix it and giving them a thing of a talking point. We have more than just lead. We have bacteria in this water.
Yeah, there was an E. coli poisoning in 2014.
Well,
when they made the switch over in the water supply from Detroit to the Flint River, there was E. coli in the water in, I think it was September of 2014.
Well,
there was corrosion. GM had to stop using the water from the city because it was corroding auto parts at one of the local plants, and there was toxic, hazardous waste, toxic levels of lead in people's water, and they haven't done anything about it.
10 times worse than toxic
you know,
waste.
just recently, they found that a company named Oil Chem was dumping. They said that they didn't. They put in fraudulent paperwork where they had where they was dumping PCBs over in the water. Now, when we switched in April 2014, May of 2014, we had trihalomethanes, which is TTHMs, and at 154 pounds, drinking 0.2 liters a day at 0.8. It's 70 years, 3 people are guaranteed to die. So in August, you had E. coli, you had TTHMs, and you had Legionella. And that was in 2014. 12 people died, 97 people were ill. And now this year alone, we had Shigella outbreak. We had Legionella, where they tried to hide that again this year. So it's a lot of things going on that a lot of the people in the nation isn't hearing, and they're covering it up. And what we have here is lack of communication. The city, they sending money in for infrastructure. We have 29,000 lines that needs to be changed. And since February, when they got the $2 million, all we done had is 499 service lines changed.
And who's going to change lines now that the snow's on the ground?
People want to see some accountability here. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for your efforts.